You are now listening to Eko Atlanta Radio on EkoAtlantaRadio.com, the best of both worlds. Listen!
Hello. We are back with another episode of Advice with Nneka, and I have some very important and special guests here. I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves. So we're going to start with my girl here.
I'm not her girl, her sister. Anne-Marie, y'all know me. So I'm just happy to be here, y'all.
Hi, my name is Nwokoro, the real sister. I'm happy to be here as well.
Well, I'm not her sister. They call me Try. Everybody knows Try.
Okay. So this segment that we're going to talk about is going to be about dating, do's and don'ts. And, you know, we got a couple of questions here, and we're just going to get into it.
Okay.
So we have our first question, and we're just going to go straight into it. Hey Nneka, I recently went on a date with a dude who slid in my DMs. He shot his shot, and I won't lie, it was pretty cute. We've been texting and FaceTiming for some time now, until he finally asked me to go on a date. The date was at 8, and I wanted to be on time so I could scope the place out. After sitting in my car for about a couple of minutes, he called me and said he was pulling into the parking lot. Mind you, I was looking for the red BMW he always takes a picture in front of on his Instagram. Only to see him pull into the parking lot in a dusty-ass Chevy Impala with one of the mirrors missing.
Yeah.
Jesus. Girl, I almost lost it. The date went good, but I still can't get over the fact that he slick be capping for the gram. He wants to go on another date, but I don't know. What should I do?
Okay.
So, what do y'all think?
Well, should I say something first?
Go ahead.
Okay. Actually, though,
Yeah, okay.
well, so actually, I can say, you know, some people, like, I mean, I'm talking about myself. I just want to say from my own perspective. I'm not this kind of person that likes to show off who I am. You know, I just want to be myself. And probably, you never can tell, probably this guy might have the BMW though. And, you know, when it comes, like, you know, when it comes about relationship, maybe the guy is trying to look for a serious girl, somebody she wants to be with.
I never
So you
looked
feel
at
like
it.
it's a cover?
Probably.
Okay, I never looked at it like that.
I never did either. I think
So,
for
like,
me,
he's just trying to say, maybe let me pull up in this school, my
I see
old
what
car. Maybe she's gonna.
Okay.
And you know, at the end of the day, the day went go. Like, you took her to a nice restaurant. You know, they had a good time. I think that's how, like, that's the capital thing you should look at.
yeah, I agree.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't look at it like that. It could be a cover-up.
So how did you look at it?
I looked at it kind of like, if he's posting this particular car all over his Instagram, okay, so for me, I'm like, okay, this is his car. So if he pulls up in another car, it's kind of like, well, why are you kind of putting that fake image for, you know, for social media? And for me, it's gonna make me it's going to make me also question, like, the date went good, that's great, but it's also like, okay, well, if you're doing all this to portray that you have this particular lifestyle car, it's going to make me question, okay, the things that you're telling me, like little things, are you lying about that too? So for me, it's kind of like, this, she was looking for that particular car.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And he pulls up in another car. So I don't know. It's just, for me personally, it's more like,
My thing is, she was dating the boy, not the BMW.
thank you.
Thank you.
So, if you want a BMW is in bucket. It's active.
Thank you.
Yeah, go to BMW.
I
If you
was
want.
literally thinking that, because to me it's like, okay, yeah, he posts his pictures in front of his BMW, but it's like, what attracted you to him?
The BMW?
No,
Because then you
That's
have to start
right.
checking, and you start to checking yourself to be like, okay, hold on, what was I really attracted to? Now, however, I do understand she's saying that the light was busted and
The mirror was
Of course,
missing.
you're gonna be kind of like,
The mirror was missing.
Yeah, she said the mirror was missing.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
I can never pull up in the car that's girl.
Yeah.
I mean, but we never know what's going on in somebody's life.
I feel like to single-handedly judge the guy based off his vehicle
Yeah.
is kind of to me, it's kind of like, okay, get to know him. If you like him enough to like
Stay with
oversee
the
those
busted
things,
mirror. Okay.
then okay, maybe you can help him level up. You know what I mean?
And another thing is, you just meeting this guy for the first time. You don't know his personality. You never know anything about him. You don't even know what he does for a living. You just take your time.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's not like
also, I'm not gonna lie, I do see Nneka's point in the fact that it's like, okay, so then whose BMW was it? Or maybe he chose, like he said, he chose.
It could have been. He didn't say he didn't have BMW.
Right.
He just
but
put up
I
in
don't want
another
it to.
car.
I want people to also see her point because I don't think she's more so saying like, oh, he's not driving a fancy car, so I don't want to go on another date. I think it's more so like you're putting out because Atlanta is the capital of capping. People put this kind of
people post for the gram.
Period.
But
You know what I'm saying?
But if he does have a BMW, he's not gonna post a busted car. He's gonna post
the
his
BMW. He
Like,
never
that's
said
the
he
thing.
didn't have BMW.
Like, so yeah.
I don't go on Instagram posting my bare face.
Yeah, like, I don't.
Does that mean my skin looks like this every day?
Yeah.
No. Am I deceiving somebody?
No, but y'all-
But it's like.
I don't have to post everything.
Yeah.
If I choose not
Should I
to
post
post
it on my
busted
wig?
car,
I know this is a
But
wig.
at the
Should I
same
post it
time,
on it?
I get what you guys are saying, but I also see what she's saying as far as like people are posting certain things, and that's not realistic as to what's going on in
But
their
But we
lives.
don't know if he doesn't have the car.
So my next thing for her is to go on another date. If she liked him,
Just
she
ask
say
the
the
question,
vibe
you
was
know,
good. She
okay,
likes
okay.
him to go on another date and maybe talk about that kind of stuff. Like, oh hey, like you know what I'm
I
saying?
just don't think that it's her place to question him about his car. Like, if it's so important to you, I feel like for her, the advice I would give her, if it's really bothering you, I don't think that it's her place to ask about the car. She should just let that die, because it's not your place to be like, hey, why do you post a BMW?
I mean, not like that, but I feel like if
Like,
she's going to go on further dates with him, she's going to get to know him and stuff
Right,
like that.
so but it's like somebody's car is not your business. Like, do you know what I mean?
But
Like,
you're also
worried about
dating
somebody-
this. You're also dating this person.
Has anybody ever asked you, oh, Nneka, what car are you driving?
No, but I'm saying,
why don't you drive this car?
but I feel like y'all are missing the point of what's
I
going
just don't
on.
think it's an essential.
It's not.
It's
It's not an essential thing, but she's just. But if it's like if somebody's posting all these things on their social media,
Just a
and then
car,
when you
just a
meet them in
BMW.
person, it's
And
not
they
like
don't have a
it's
BMW.
not like it's like a regular car. She said this thing was busted with the mirrors missing.
Yeah. So, and like I said, again, if
I
it's
got
that
a
big
point.
of an
You know
issue,
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
got
like a
But I'm
regular.
saying, but
Oh,
if it-
Nissan. I wouldn't. It's like,
and that's why I said if it's that big of an issue for her, she can let that man go, because I don't think it is her place to ask him about her car. I'm sorry, I don't, because I don't see how you can casually.
Because you
do
never
that.
know.
If
His
you
car
just-
could be
if
in
you
the
just
shop,
ask
his
about
car,
the car,
his
then
friends.
You're just about what he has.
And he's gonna think, why is she asking me
About
about
BMW?
that's embarrassing.
No.
You know what I mean? If it's that much of an issue, nobody's forcing you to date.
Hey girl, I would just tell you, if the vibes was good, to go on a second date, get to know him. You know what I'm saying? If it's like she said, if it's a big deal for you, you really want to know about the car, ask. I mean, you know what I'm saying? At this point, you can ask. It's not
So
gonna kill
if
you.
you were in a
Right.
situation,
I mean, you
would
can
ask
ask
about
them.
his
Me
car.
personally,
I don't see a bad
me personally,
thing
I
about
would go on a
asking
second
about
date
it.
with him.
Like,
You know
I
why?
can
Just
just
because
ask
of the
that,
fact
oh,
that
Would you ask about his car though?
no, as we go on further dates, I would,
the
because
girl
if we
can
go on
ask
another
about
date
it.
and he
Okay.
puts up in the same car,
Because I'm not gonna
if he goes on
lie. If
another
the
date,
car is that thing, I'll even say to myself, "Oh hey, bro, I see this BMW's on your Instagram, but like, what happened to it? Is like it's in the shop?
I don't
What's
even think it's
going on?"
something you have to ask, because at a certain point, I don't feel.
That's the thing, you know.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like at some point you might not even have to ask, because if she continues to go on multiple dates and he continues to pull up with this
But
car,
I'm saying,
then she's going
if
to
he
know that
if
that's
he
his car.
continues to pull up with the car, then what?
That's for her to decide, not for
Because
me.
to me, it seems as though the do or die factor is whether he drives a BMW or not. And to me, I feel like if your intentions are, you're looking at it like with the guy, like, oh, he don't drive the BMW, so I'm out, then I feel like you should kind of check yourself. I'm not, and again, like I said, I know the car is busted, whatever the case may be, but if you really like this guy, I really don't feel like, oh, the BMW, he don't got a BMW, bye. Like, to me, if that's the way you're making a decision, go ahead, cut him out now. Because if he don't have that BMW and that's all it takes for you to like not date him again, then go ahead and
But what I'm gonna say is the basic truth is no girl wanna be with a broke nigga.
yeah.
I promise you.
Amen.
But if he paying for the day, he not broke.
nobody
though.
wanna like. I mean, let me say the age we are in now. No lady or no girl wanna be with a broke nigga. So I get a point if the guy is looking at the car, but that shouldn't give her a bad impression about him. But if the point you made about the busted mirror, my personally, I can never pull up in the busted mirror because
it's
the
a
cop
little
can pull me
exaggerated.
over for that, you know.
Right.
So, I mean, and they say that like first impression really matters. Too.
Yeah,
It does.
So like you need to present yourself
In a
like,
way that,
in a way that
absolutely
if you
true.
see me, I mean, you're gonna appreciate that. Oh, this is the kind of person I want to mess with.
Right.
So like, I think you guys should do better next time.
Yeah. I feel like
That's my value.
All right, so for our final question, I personally came up with this, and I wanted to ask all of you guys, what are some of the things you guys look for when considering whether or not you guys will go on a second date with someone?
Okay, I feel like the first one is he a gentleman? Like, I feel like nowadays, I feel like people feel like holding doors out and doing all this is so like, it's like, oh my God, who still does that? Chivalry is dead.
Yeah.
But I do pay attention to small things like that. Like, okay, do you open my door? Because I've been on like maybe like one date where it was like we were going into the restaurant and he kind of held it for me to go. And I don't know, he was in front and I feel like he should have opened it for me to go. But he kind of just was like, all right, don't let it hit you. Like that type of thing. You know what I mean? And I was kind of like, it seemed petty, but it's like,
I mean, if I open the door for you, that's romantic for me. I promise you.
Yeah.
Like for me to not open my car door for you to get inside.
Yeah, the car door.
Not the car door. Yeah, car door. I would be impressed.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if somebody opens, because a lot of guys don't do that.
Yeah.
Like most guys, the most I've seen guys will do is like if you guys are going somewhere, they'll open the the door to the entrance. But when a guy comes from his side to open my, for me that's brownie points.
But I have been on a date where like the person actually gets mad if I touch the door in a playful way.
That's
like
a gentleman.
and I'm telling you, like that to me kind of was like yes, because they're like don't touch the door. I got you.
Like, you're not okay.
And it's like that's absolutely how it should be.
That's how it should be.
I know it seems little, but I do pay attention to everything when I'm on a date or I'm trying to experience someone. I'm paying attention to what they do. Also, like their mannerisms, like how they pay attention. Just like the girl said in the previous one, I feel like how much you pay attention to me matters.
I was just even going to say that because there will be people who you'll tell them one small thing like, oh yeah, I ate pizza on 4th of July 2006. Then they bring it up, oh yeah, I didn't eat that slice of pizza. I'm like, how did you remember? Because I didn't even remember it. So I think that's very cute, you know.
Yeah, remembering
I like
stuff.
that, just remembering little stuff and even being kind. Because I know a lot of girls like that whole, my nigga's nice to me and hates the world.
That's
No. I don't like that.
Hey!
Because soon the night
You
is gonna run
become
out.
the rest of the world.
The fast way, okay?
Well,
I
don't have anything to contribute this. I think I'm just learning from you guys.
Okay.
But what is something that you would see like on a first date with a girl that would make you want to go out on a second date with her?
Well, when it comes to actually me personally, what I look at is I look at like if I meet you on like maybe on Instagram or something, then I will look at your personality. Like I want to see the real you. I want you to be yourself. I mean, you don't have to fake anything.
Yeah.
Like just be yourself around me.
Yeah, that's such a big one because I feel like you can always tell when a guy is
I appreciate people being themselves.
Yeah, they try to
Authentic.
big up themselves or they talk. One thing, and this is one thing that I noticed about this one guy, when I was talking to him, like he always found a way to make sure that I knew he had it. He was like, oh yeah, but that's not.
All this kind of doesn't really matter because you don't need to say who you are.
What you have.
Yeah.
I don't think that's as important.
Yeah,
That's not important at all.
And you don't have to mention it every
every
second. I'm like,
time.
okay,
But we get it.
Yeah.
Anybody that does that, bro.
They're broke.
Because my mama always, like, I saw this saying, and they were like, money jingle jangles and wealth whispers. So it's always the person that doesn't really have money that's the loudest, that's yelling. But meanwhile, you see, like, the people that actually do have money, they're very low-key about it.
Wearing regular jeans.
People that have money won't let you, like, they won't say they have money.
Yeah.
I promise you.
It's just a known thing. You will know that person has money. They don't have to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And me personally, it's like I've talked to guys who have money. And I've talked to, middle class, average dudes, you know what I'm saying? But one thing remains the same. If your personality is trash, your character, it doesn't matter.
So wait, what are you saying? Middle class regular dudes don't have money?
No, not like that. I'm saying like we're like talking about the levels of people who have like. You talk to guys who like, you know, really, really got it like that. You know what I'm saying? Then you talk to guys that are, you know, like average, middle class, you know what I'm saying? Like average. But it's like at the same time, money doesn't define the whole thing because I've talked to both of the spectrums, you know what I'm saying? And if your personality is trash, it doesn't matter what's going on. We're not, like our vibes are not consistent. It's not going to work. So.
But like, I have a question, like if you meet like a celebrity, how do you guys portray yourself around a celebrity?
Personally, for me, when it comes to athletes, celebrity, none of that has ever impressed me. Like your title, and she knows personally. Like I honestly don't care. Like I don't care if you come in, because there have been guys that approach me that they're athletes or they feel like they have something, and I'm supposed to like them, and I don't, and they're like, what? What's your issue? And it makes me feel like sometimes I feel like the title of a guy, he feels entitled. Like oh, she's supposed to like me, or I don't have to put any effort. I'm who I am. How can you not like me? And to me, it's like, I don't know. I just don't like guys like that. I don't like guys that feel as though that they're the catch all the time. It's like, yes, you should be confident, but at the same time, it's like, give space for like humility. You know what I mean?
Humility is important.
Yeah,
definitely.
Hi guys, I really enjoyed talking to you guys today. Make sure to follow me on the socials, especially Instagram at annmarienneka.
Hi guys, my name is Nnenna Okoro. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at _fall_in_lust and share your opinions on what we talked about today.
Okay, my name is Emmanuel. Olasheinde. My Instagram is
Hey guys, it's your fave. Follow me on all socials at Whoisnneka on IG, at _kiss and blush on Twitter. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you guys next time.